Hi everyone, this is Soraya and I talk about skin, health and wellness. This is our new year, but my information today is going to be something which I've been reflecting on since the last year, which is 2024. We're now in 2025. Um, and it was supposed to be put out then, but life gets in the way. But we're here. Happy 2025. I hope it's gonna be a good year for all of you. I was just reflecting on my YouTube journey, on my life, and I just decided to reflect on the lessons that I have, like gained over the past year. I was reflecting on the things that I've, gained, or the advice that I took over the last year on the YouTube, and I just decided, maybe let me share with all of you. Maybe you'll get value from this. So there are certain YouTube people, influencers that I've been following, and I think they have influenced me or given me good ideas. Have been people that sometimes I look up to. Some of them are controversial, some are not, but sometimes you get some good ideas just pick up here and there. Everyone has their own opinion of things, and you pick up what is good for you and what is bad for you, you leave. And that is, I believe, true with anything, like with money or internet. There are things which are bad, there are things which are good, but you take that is what is good for you, working for you, and then you self-analyze and decide this is bad for me, so yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So that is what I do with YouTube. I take the things that are good for me, I leave the ones which I don't think will work for me. So some of the influencers that I have been following include things to do with my planning, organization, because I want to get somewhere in my life, and some of the things which I struggle with is like planning, organization, procrastination, and just getting certain habits to become a habit in my life. So people I look up to for those things are Ali Abdal, because of this growing on YouTube, but also in other systems of life. He has been helpful. He has like good ideas on how to do certain things, how to be consistent on YouTube, and how to like build systems in your life, and create habits, just new things, and from his point of view and also from like a medical point of view. So yeah, that is one of them. The other people that this one is controversial, but he has been a person who I follow sometimes. So this is his name is Stephen, I believe, on Diary of a CEO. His topic can be controversial, but there's some certain things that I have found to be useful in my life, and I'll talk about those, especially health wise. And then there are certain influencers that I have followed just mainly because they look like me, like black, Muslim, either come from my country or not in my country, or in these immigrants or something like that, which who have a similar lifestyle and are able to do greater things that I aspire to do. So for example, Farhana, Oberson, Rafiki, Aisha Abdul, um, uh, Adeze's space, and I follow these because sometimes they have some good advice, or I would say because they talk sense sometimes, like they talk things which are meaningful, um, in terms of lifestyle, like they're traveling and they're able to keep their hijab on, and just to be able to see what they do in terms of keeping that work ethic. So those are the things that I like. I admire. So that's why I follow them. The other person is like CCME. I followed her when she was just starting, and now she's a mom of 5, and just following her journey it has been inspirational. Yeah, so those are the, some of the people. Neze. So I'll put the handles of these people on my description, and then you can decide if you wanna look at their videos, and maybe you might be interested too. Yeah, so those are the people that I follow sometimes. So some of the things that I have learned is that you have to do action. Action is a must. And so in terms of how to do the action, like, action is what separates the wheat from the chaff. Like, if you want to get to that goal, you have to do something. So it's related to New Year's goals. You're gonna make this SMART goal, right? But what will separate you from the next year is the actions that you're doing to get to that SMART goal. So for me right now, I'm not really doing, this year I decided not to do like New Year's goals, because my goals are really the same, nearly the same from last year. It has to do with health, it has to do with my career, it has to do with my family, it has to do with my faith. I just want to see the progress from 2024 and what the progress will be in 2025. So for me, I have to do action. So for me right now, my step right now is action. Action, ACTION, in big caps. So yeah, so as I told you, Ali Abdaal has been one of those people that I look up to in terms of trying to get these actions in place. He talks about the importance of planning, making goals, creating systems, so that you're able to do the things that you need to do. And I really caught on the, apart from the goals, like just creating the system, because as they said, a habit takes how many weeks to actually be formed? Is it like 2 or 3 weeks to form a habit? So you have to do it consistently for you to perfect your skill, to become comfortable doing it, for it to become part of you. So those are the things that I'm trying to do, and then also creating systems to remind me to do the action. So the things that I've been putting in place in terms of systems is something like my to-do lists, putting some things on my calendar to remind me, and like just getting new apps or getting support systems. That's a really good one, because they motivate you, they like remind you to do certain things, and then you don't feel like you're fallen back, or they remind you to go in ahead in a good manner. It's just a reminder. Sometimes you just need reminders. Even in our faith, you know your faith, but you may not practice it because life gets in the way, as I said. So you always need that reminder that, oh yeah, we're told to do this and that and the other. We're told to pray, we're told to give in charity. So when you get that reminder, like, oh yeah, you know what, you reflect and you're like, I haven't done this in quite a while, so maybe I should. So then you go do it. So you always need like positive reminders in your life. So that's what I've been trying to do in terms of my actions, and I'm trying to make 2025 the year when I do these actions. I'm really want it to be the year. So I want you to be my support group, guys. So if you think I'm not doing something, or you think you need to see something more, please share, please put in a comment, please tell me what you guys want to see, and I will that will motivate me. I mean, I should be self-motivated, but also it also motivates me to look up topics, research certain topics, and post them out, and that will help with my consistency too. The other thing that Ali Abdaal talks about is the importance of consistency. So just keeping up with doing something over and over and over again. And this applies to YouTube, but it also applies in life. So for like YouTube, I know I need to post a little bit more often. I've been posting at least every month, and trying to do shorts, but I'm not really good at it, but I'm gonna try to do more. and I'm also trying to learn what you guys like. So the more I post, the more I'll know what you guys like. So that is my goal, to post a little bit more, hopefully twice a month now. So I'm gonna get onto it. And then also, in terms of perfection of skills or perfection of habits, the more you do things, the more you get better at it. So that also works in my life. For example, my work life, I plan to do more things, more actions, learn new skills, and do more and more of them and perfect them, so that I can do something with the skills that will profit me in the long run. And also, in terms of my faith, I plan to do things to make sure that I follow up on things which I'm supposed to be doing, just like reading, performing certain actions, going to the mosque and things like that. So I would like to schedule those things so that I don't fall behind, and I don't feel like I'm falling behind in my faith. So those are the things that I'm trying to do, and I think it applies overall in both YouTube and in life, and I think that's a good thing. The other thing, number 3 things that I have learned is like picking yourself up from failures. Like you're allowed to make mistakes, you're allowed to fail, but what are you doing? Are you learning from your mistakes? Are you learning from your failures? What are you gonna do different? So for example, YouTube, I'm gonna just talk about YouTube. The more I post, the more I'm like, oh, I could have done this. When I look back, no, I could have done this, I could have done this, I could have done this. So I go back and I'm like, how can I make it better? How can I make it look a certain way? And so those mistakes that I do help me to learn more about editing, about maybe lighting, about how I'm presenting myself. So those mistakes that is what makes you go forward. And you also have to be committed, you have to have the determination to better yourself. So you have to, which there's a certain thing about, so there's this is also I got from Ali Abdal. He was talking about motivation. Sometimes you don't have, like, I always thought I have to be self-motivated to do something, like not self-motivated, but have the willpower to do certain things. So I have the willpower, to do certain things, but sometimes I don't have the willpower to do certain things. I'm tired, I'm like, I'm from work, I can't do this, I can't do that. But it's not all about the willpower. You have to actually sometimes you just have to do, like if you're a mom with kids, sometimes you just have to. You can't say, oh, I can't wake up to take my kids to school. You just have to wake up and do. So those are the things which I'm like, even if I don't have the willpower to go for a walk or exercise, I'm gonna do it. Even if it's like 10 minutes, I'm gonna do it. Even if it's 5 minutes, I'm gonna do it. So that's what I'm trying to get into the habit of, so that it's not about motivation or self willpower or whatever it is. It's about me just doing and getting to the habit of doing, and then that's hopefully gets me to a happier place. The other thing is thinking out of the box, because sometimes you may be doing something the same way, and sometimes things fail, and you can go back and try again and it works. And sometimes things just fail. You can't go back, you have to do something else. So sometimes you just have to think out of the box and see if you can do something else and do it better. So it's not all about, commitment and determination is there, but you also have to know when to pivot and do something that will work for you, so that you are not despondent, like, now I failed, so should I just sit down and do nothing? No, you have to think about, what else can I do? I have this skill, is there something else that I can work on? Is there something I can give value or do something that will work better for me? So yeah, and that's also a process of learning about yourself and finding yourself, and that is life. So sometimes you just have to think out of the box in everything. For example, your health. I usually say, sometimes you're taking medication and it's not working for you. Then is there something else that can work for you? Maybe if you do exercise, it will work better. Maybe there's something that you're missing actually, and so you have to research a little bit more and see if there's something that can work better for you. So you have to have an open mind, really. So that is also another thing. You have to have an open mind, and this also relates to I'm just thinking about this because when I talk about open mind, I also think about traveling. When you travel outside of your area environment, or travel outside to another country, it really opens up your mind in terms of things can be done a certain way. Just like case in point, and this is another controversial topic, but like TikTok. Right now, TikTok is banned, but because people wanted to know, because of TikTok opening their eyes to a different environment, they wanted to know what is going on in other areas apart from their own area. Now, like now that people in America are going to Red Note or whatever to continue having that experience of learning more about people's experiences outside. And I think that is important, just to not to have a closed mind, to have an open mind and see what other people experience, so that you have another idea of how things are done. So that is important. I really think that that is important. The fourth thing is the importance of like resilience, the importance of coping. For example, that YouTubers have said, like Farhana and Adeze, there are two, and Neze, there are three people who traveled outside of their countries and went to a different country, and they are adapting to their country. They are working outside their country. Well, some of them are working outside. Some are working, some are not. But like Farhan is an influencer, working with travel. Adeze is a housewife, but she also adapting to her lifestyle in the UK, and Nez is adapting to her lifestyle in Canada. Like, it's all about how you cope with things, seeing the positive side of things, learning, because you're gonna have to learn a different kind of system, and coping with the stress, like having support system, but to have a really good support system for you to do well in certain areas. Also, like believing in yourself, believing it's gonna work, and being, sometimes you're down, but sometimes you have to be positive. The mindset, you have to have a mindset of, this is gonna work, how am I gonna make it work, what am I supposed to do, what can I do better. That positive mindset, you have to change your mindset and make sure that you're in spaces where people are also like doing well, in spaces where you can compare to yourself to people who are doing well, and also compare yourself to the people who are not doing well, and see where you are and what you don't want to do. Like, you're learning from both people. So yeah, that is the importance of coping and support systems and having resilience. I have learned also to think bigger about, like, I have learned not to, like, I have learned from these channels that you cannot like think small, you think bigger. I believe, especially like in terms of financial stuff, that you have to earn more. That is it. Whatever financial thing, saving, budgeting, but for you to be in a good financial space, you have to earn more. So just trying to think bigger in terms of trying to not limit yourself to certain things, not limit yourself in a box, and trying to get skills or education that will boost you or promote you to a certain level where you are able to do more things. And the more that you can do, the more you're able to help people. So that is a good thing. Also, in terms of life, like, life is about making decisions, making choices. So depending on the choices that you make and the decisions that are made, certain things are gonna go a certain way, and you have to deal with the consequences. For example, if your work decides they're laying off people, that's a decision that they have made, and if you're caught in it, then you have to go out and decide what you're gonna do next. You have to look for another job. So that is something that has happened. You can't really change it, but you can pivot. That is your time to pivot and do something that you maybe really wanted to do. Or it might be that maybe it's like a life decision, like you want to start a school or something, and if you decide that you want to start school, then you have to have support of maybe your family, your friends, and you have to work to a certain like plan accordingly. Like you have to, do you have the money for it? Are you gonna do this in this school, in this state, in this? You have to like decide certain things in life so that and that decision projects you in certain ways. For example, if I decide to do my nursing, for example, in a different state, that projection will maybe, when I reach there, I might get other opportunities which will project me to a different line of nursing. So life is about decisions, and it's the consequences after the decisions and how you cope with those decisions, and you have to just be comfortable with that. I also talked about I also reflected about my own health, and I think in 2024 I did a lot of reflection about my health, because I've had issues with my own health, like I'm anemic. I've had fertility issues. I have had problems with alopecia and all of those things, and I just wanted to concentrate on that. So I've been finding ways to promote my health and make sure that I'm in a good healthy state. I'm trying to take my supplements even much more. I went to do my annuals. I'm still anemic, but I'm taking more of my iron. I haven't had to have like transfusions or anything. I'm taking my vitamin D. I'm learning from, as I said, the YouTubers that I learn from is like the Diary of a CEO, like what supplements are good. They'll always tell you to eat a balanced meal, so I'm trying to eat a balanced meal. And the thing that I've felt like I need to do more is eat more protein, so that's what I'm trying to do more in terms, so that I eat less carbs and eat more protein, so that I'm not gaining too much weight. I'm trying to do my exercise and drinking more water, especially because of my skin. I have acne, and my acne is not like gone, but that's a hormonal issue. As I said, there's some things you can change and there's some things you cannot change, but I can control like what I put on my face, what I'm drinking, what I'm eating internally. So that's what I'm trying to do. And it hasn't been as bad as it was like 2 years ago. Like that's my acne has not been as bad as it was 2 years ago, and I think I'm going in the right direction. Like I know now what tricks work with my skin or not. So it's a whole process of discovery. 2025 has been interesting. I finished my BSN nursing degree, and I'm just trying to look to how to progress my career, and also balance like family and exercise and faith and all of that stuff. I just want to live a little bit more in 2025. I hope I'll be able to travel a little bit more, and we'll see how it goes. But that has been my reflection of 2025. I didn't want this to be a very long video, but I think it's gonna be. I think I'll talk about my goals in another video, and the progress that I'm getting with my goals, and we'll just be talking about life. And if you have any other health topics that you want me to talk about, I will do my best to talk about any other health topics that will come up during the year. And I hope you have a good 2025. All the best. I really wish you all progress and success and good health and wellness. So love you guys. Bye. We'll see you hopefully in 2 weeks. All right, bye.